All right, good morning. I'm already probably like a half a mile in, finna get the rest of it out. So listen, I just got the phone. I was talking to my little brother, and he brought up a situation about schools closures. High schools are closing in my city that I'm from, and he was like, "Well, it's all about the numbers and this and that." Listen, on Winning Wednesday, understand this. Those in control is going to stay in control so they can stay they're going to make rules to stay in control so they can keep on controlling. If they lose their control, they no longer have control. So when you close down schools, who are you helping and who are you hurting? If you have 10 schools in a city and you close down 5, did you really help the people you're trying to help, and who were you trying to help, and how did you help them? Right? Or who did you hurt? Why did you hurt? And what do you have to gain? Now, let me just break it down real quick because I don't want to keep y'all on here all day. Let me cut the chase. Bottom line is, having 10 schools mean you have 10 different principals, 10 different assistant principals, 10 different cafeteria workers, 10 different custodians, 10 different maintenance workers, 10 different organizations of teachers, groups of teachers working. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that just got fired when you close down 5 of them, right? And now they got to compete to be a part of 5 of them. And yeah, you may have great people compete for those 5. You know, once you get those 5 people in place, what agenda are they running? Those in control make the rules. Those in control get to run their agenda. And what agenda do they run? Who dictate the agenda? How far would it go and how many people it affect? Not to mention, you have 5 schools just closed, and you have 5 basketball teams, football team, cheerleading squad, dance lines, flag team, track team, all these different sports just got eliminated. So now you have all these kids going to one school competing for 15 spots on the basketball team, competing for 56 spots on the football team, competing for 20 spots on the track team. And now they only can run one event because you got so many people on the team. Guys, there's so many people that get hurt based off of school closures. Less people can learn now because, hey, you have a class of 40 or 30 people when you can have a class of 10 to 15 people, which one teacher can give 10 to 15 people more attention than a person that have 40 in the class or 30 in the class and above, shall I say, 30 and above. It's just simple math. Who are you helping? And when you start saying, hey, that community school don't have enough attendance, well, the community have enough kids live in that community, but you're busting them off to all these different other places. So when you bust them off to all these different other schools, you're taking them out of their community school. I do understand. I am a kid that got busted off from my community to another school when I was a kid, but they wasn't closing down schools based off that. If they were, I would say, hey, we need to relook at what's going on. Why can't I go to my community school? And let's fix that problem so we can stay at my community school, because we shouldn't be closing down my community school based off that. The reason why my mom chose to bus me outside of community school is because the school was not meeting my needs. They were too busy making up little excuses, and they was just passing me along the way, right? Which probably could have happened at the other school too. But other folks get the benefit, the jobs, so you shouldn't close down a whole school based off of a few people doing that. If most people doing it, then we need to look at fixing that problem. They need to take it serious, and folks need to fix it. So I had a parent that went and did what he had to do to get me to do an M&M transfer, minority to majority, majority to minority. I don't know, whatever, minority to majority, M&M a long time ago. Transfer, right? Hey, that was a good decision at that time. Now, since I'm older and growner, and now I know better, and I'm old enough to make a decision myself, I understand the challenges I had when I went outside my community school, and I had to fit in with people that had their own agenda, right? The school had its own agenda. They had to look out for the people that was in their community. They wanted their community school, not the kids coming out. right? And the last point I'm gonna make, that was a heavy point, even though I brushed past it. Hey there, how you doing? That's a big, heavy point that once you go outside your community school, now who's looking out for you? Or should they not look out for you? Or should you not be looked out for? But when you live in your community and you go to school, you always got one place where you know that everybody bad or poor live at. And when they say that address or that street, you say, oh wow, they from the bad part of this community. But when you leave your community and go to another school community, then they say that everybody that leaving from that spot is messed up or bad or poor based off that. Not just that one street no more now. Now the whole people, all the people that came there. So, food for thought. Everybody got an agenda to run. Who's running their agenda? Why they run their agenda? What do they plan? What would they plan to gain from running that agenda? I always ask those questions when you're making decisions, because people sometimes make decisions that may not be in your best interest. It's so funny how all these schools are closing and they open back up as a charter school right afterwards. So whose agenda is winning? Right? Who in charge of charter schools, and what are they teaching your kids now? So the same school that you closed because you didn't have enough tenants to be a part of the county, the parish, or what have you, open back up as a charter school, and now the state get to dictate what these kids know and learn. Look, I ain't been in school since for a while, but it don't take an Einstein to see through this. You're taking away from a lot of people when you do that. And when that charter school opened back up, it have less attendance than it was at first for the doggone city or the county or the parish or whatever. And they still create a little small team of a few people. They still create all this stuff, but now who's in charge? Because they reinvent everything that was already there. They take it away, they start all over with a new agenda from a new source, right? Coach T, why wait to be great? 1 mile daily challenge. Come on, learn with me, guys. Follow me, like, share, subscribe. Take care.